Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Randomizer tutorial. Today we're getting started with Tower of Hera. Was where we last left off. We were getting ready to start Tower of Hera, so that's what we're going to do today. There's not too many items in this dungeon. There's 6 in total. Including 4 of those being mainly keys or compass or maps. So, as you can see, we've already got our key, we've already got our compass. Well, I guess technically the, well, we should have 2 chests, but 1. Maybe the item down below doesn't count as our chest count. I don't know. Either way, we're off to the races. This has been a vanilla Tower of Hera so far. So what I mean by vanilla is this is exactly the same way this plays out in the normal version of A Link to the Past. There's no hasn't felt randomized yet, so except I think you get the map maybe in the chest we were up at just before this room. So we call these tile rooms. Some of these doors won't open without all the tiles being shot at. They're more frequent in the light world than they are in the dark, but there is a few dungeons in the dark world that have them. So we're gonna go ahead and pull out our fire rod here for this next part. There's 4 torches we gotta light to make the chest appear, so we're gonna just use the fire rod to get that done. And there's our big key. Big key had to be in one of the first 3 chests, even randomized, in order to complete the dungeon. So we're gonna go ahead and head on up. Alright, so basically now we've got a few chests to grab on the way through this dungeon. We don't have too much in the way of logic left for us to do if we don't get at least Zora Flippers or Hook Shot here. In fact, I would assume we're probably going to get one or both here to set us up for Hook Shot Cave or something of the likeness. Okay. Hopefully we get lucky here, but we'll see. I've been doing some randomizers lately on my Twitch channel, which if you're not following me, that's UltimateDaveLIVE on Twitch as well. And I've gotten a couple new PBs in Open and in Key Sanity, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so the last few items we're going to get are dungeon items, so I don't know why it says 3 out of 6, we've got all the items. This should be 4 out of 6. Must be a bug with the counter in this one, because we have 4 items so far. Yeah. Or this will be... Okay, Flute does change things up a wee bit. Flute does give us access to quick travel now, which is nice. Which hopefully that will give us what we need. If we get Flippers, everything else kind of opens up with it. I've never seen this glitch with the counter, though. Ignore the chest counter. We have 5 of the 6 items. We're about to get the last one from fighting Moldorm. Which Moldorm is the trolliest boss in Zelda. Like, I should have fallen off there. He really wants me dead. Well, we got through it anyway. Let's see what he gives us today. There's the Flippers, like I kind of predicted. And the green pendant. Okay. Now this opens up quite a bit for us. Having the green pendant now means we have access to a few things. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to save quit. We're going to respawn at Dave's house first. Now normally I would just go get the flute. But I'm going to actually, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just go get the flute now. I think that's going to be the way to go here. We're gonna have some item cleanup before we do anything else. Sanctuary. That's where we're gonna go. Alright, so we're gonna go activate the flute so we can fast travel around the world. We can now complete Ice Palace since we have Zora Flippers to get to Ice Palace. So Ice Palace is definitely clearable in the logic, so that's where we're gonna head next. Again, we're gonna do all dungeons, guys, because we have them available to us. As well as deserts clearable, fully clearable. Oh, I was going for the flute, duh. Yeah, we can definitely do, desert as well. So, two of the five remaining, five remaining dungeons are clearable. Maybe 6. Actually 6 if you count Misery Mire. But we don't know if we have the item we need to get into Misery Mire yet, which I'll explain that when we get to that area. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and teleport over towards number 8. And what this is gonna allow us to do is get all the items we need to get along the way here. So I'm going to show you what items we have available to us over here. First one up is this one on the island here, which is a big 20. We will be getting that, despite it not being anything of importance. Our next one actually is up this way. We're going to head up this river here. And when we get inside this bridge, now you wouldn't think there's anything here, but you can actually go through this bridge. And you can talk to this guy we call the Hobo. Let's see what Hobo's got today. He's got a big 20 for us. Okay, that never happens. Alright, so we're going to continue on. We'll get the item on the island a little bit later. We can't really do anything with that right now, based on where we are in the logic. We can get to it. It's just not the most optimal way to get to it. So we're going to go ahead, and there's a portal we can take. Now, we will be coming back here very shortly for different reasons. Come on. There we go. So this area, the reason we need Zora Flippers is we can't swim without them. Now we're going to head into this cave here, which we call Waterfall Cave. There's 2 chests available to us. We get the Bombos Medallion and the Quarter Magic Meter. Now, Quarter Magic Meter is only available in easy mode. You can't get it in the normal mode. And just like it sounds, we use Quarter the Magic we normally would use, which is sweet. It's really sweet. Now, there's a single arrow on the ledge. We will be getting that, despite there not being anything we need here. Did I already check King Zora? I bet I did. For some reason, I'm feeling like I did. Either way. Yeah, we already checked him. That's okay, we still need to come here for the ledge item, because we couldn't get that until we had the flippers. I haven't played this in a little bit, this tutorial seed I was working on, so I can't remember where everything I grabbed and didn't grab was, so you might see me overlay a couple items here, not many. I kind of have a pretty good idea what I've done at this point, so. Alright, next up is Desert Palace. We can get to Desert Palace via Dark World as well as Light World because we have the Book of Medora. But I'm going to show you guys the Dark World route because it's going to be more likely than not that this is the way it's going to work. So to get to Desert Palace via the Dark World, we can just lift this rock up since we got the gold glove. And this teleports us to the entrance of Misery Mire. However, we're not going to be going into Misery Mire yet. But we can get a glance at what item is going to be required for us to enter, which today is the Ether Medallion, which we don't have yet. So we need the Ether to gain access into Misery Mire. So we're going to grab these chests in here. This is, I think it's called like Mire Access or Mire HUD or something like that. It's something like that. It's what it's called. And whenever you hear Mire Access, Mire Hut, you're gonna hear that that's the location. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna run over here. We're gonna teleport to Light World. This gives us access to what we call Checkerboard Cave, which when you see it, you'll understand why it's called Checkerboard Cave. And once again, it's only a big 20, but like I said, we're gonna grab every item. We're not gonna miss anything. Come on, there we go. So we got our big 20. Now, we're going to go ahead and teleport again. Now, this time we're going to teleport right here. Now, we're right above the Desert Palace entrance. Normally, you just come down here and use the Book of Medora on the stone tablet, and it'll move the rocks so you can gain access through the main entrance. It's the same thing, we're just coming in the side entrance up top. This is more likely than not the way you're going to have to come in, because there's just, how can I put it? More likely than not, you're not going to get the book right away. The magic mirror is always a required item, as well as the gold gloves. So, I showed you guys the more common way we get into there. Okay, so now we got our big key, so all the big chest and all that is unlocked and available to us. Our next destination is to the left here. We're gonna go ahead and open this up, which gives us access to our big chest. And now we have the ice rod. So with all the items we have now, Turtle Rock is clearable. We can now clear Turtle Rock. Full clear it. So, but we're not done yet though. There's still 4 more items to be found, including a key, a map, a compass, and 1 other random item. And here we go. There's our key. Now, normally, I would just be doing the crystal dungeons in a normal run of Randomizer. I wouldn't try to do pendant dungeons unless I had no other choice. Which, I'll do some Randomizer runs, like actual Randomizer runs on YouTube as well as my stream. I do them on my stream too, but there's our map. This is just more of a walkthrough to show you guys where all the items are. There's not going to be too much that'll deviate between this and open or even Key Sanity. Key Sanity, the strategies deviate a little bit. But there's just too much in Key Sanity to even begin doing a tutorial on because there's so much that's jumbled up. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm just going to magic mirror out of here. There's so much that's jumbled up, it's hard to know what's what. Real quick, I'm also going to come down here because there's an item down here, which for us today is a big 50. That does count to our chest total, so. Now, the back end of Desert Palace is right here. Normally, you need at least the silver gloves to gain access to it. You need the silver gloves and the lamp and the big key to be able to clear the boss here. Wait, key's not there? Oh, shit, key's down here. I forgot. Key's down here below, and then up above, it's in the upper right-hand corner. I reversed it in my head. Okay, so, yeah. We're basically, through Desert Palace. There's not much left. I'll probably do this and Ice Palace, and then end the stream there, or the recording of this episode there. Because Ice Palace won't take terribly long for us to clear. I'm gonna go ahead and plot the fire rod. And this opens up the way to the boss. Also, I'm gonna turn off my Twitch donation goal. I just realized I was still on there. Alright, here we go. Now, Butter Sword will basically murder these guys. I forget what the actual boss name is. If somebody from the chat or from the comments below can clarify. Either way, we got through this boss pretty easily. And we got ourselves another crystal. Cool. So now we have 4 crystals. And 2 pendants. Now there's one more thing we're going to go do before we go do Ice Palace. Right quick. Alright. Which is actually over by Eastern Palace. Remember Shahashula's hut? Earlier I might have mentioned, if I did, I think I did, that Shahashula himself has an item. We can't get it till we get the green pendant, which today was Tower of Hera. So we're gonna get the item that Shahashula has before we head to Ice Palace. Which today was a piece of heart. Oh, hey, there we go, perfect. Alright, now we're gonna head to Ice Palace. Alright, so to get to Ice Palace, we come back to this island, remember that I said I was going to be visiting later? And there's a portal underneath this dark rock, which we need the gold glove for to gain access. Alright, now, Fire Rod and Hookshot here are going to be our best friends. But actually, since we have the Butter Sword, we're not going to be using too much of any of that stuff. We're going to keep the Fire Rod out until we need the Bombos Medallion for the boss. This dungeon, no, is clearable without the Fire Rod, and I'll explain why. There are 3 rooms where there are those skull enemies that are made of ice. You saw one on the way in the first room of the dungeon. You need a source of fire to kill him. You do not need the Fire Rod to clear this dungeon, contrary to popular belief. You can do it without the Fire Rod. You need the Bombos Medallion to do it. So you can clear this dungeon without the Fire Rod. You can just use the Bombos Medallion in the rooms where you need to use the a source of fire. Okay. I'm gonna try to hold off on Misery Mire until I get the oopsies, I need my bomb here. Until we get the that was a mistake on my part. Oh well, that's a mistake. Alright. So this dungeon also introduced these skeleton guys. The only way to kill them is by dropping a bomb on them. I think they're supposed to be like Stalfos soldiers, but I'm not sure. Pretty badass looking. They're one of my favorite enemy designs in the game. Alright, this room is also the bane of my existence. It's called the treadmill room for obvious reasons. We gotta kill this particular guy so we can get the key here. Alright. So we're almost halfway through this dungeon already. Despite our chest count only being at 1. Also, us having 1 key right now is really good. This allows me to kind of sequence break the dungeon to an even greater extent. And I'll show you guys how I'm going to do that here in a minute. We'll go ahead and drop the B here. Oh shit, I was going to grab that fairy, but oh well. So here's how we sequence break the dungeon, guys. I'm going to go ahead and just unlock this door. Since we got a key early, we're going to go ahead and do that. Oh shit, we don't have the hook shot. Well, that's annoying. Maybe we'll get it, maybe we won't. We'll see. Yeah, maybe that's the way this dungeon had to be done with the way the logic's going, because we don't have the hook shot yet. Alright, let's grab all the items here. There's Big Key. So now Big Key chest is accessible to us. As well as the item here. Kind of fitting that, ironic that the song playing is from Norfair and Super Metroid, which is a lava area in an ice dungeon, but hey. In a weird sort of way it works. But yeah, alright, so we're about halfway through the... Actually, we're over halfway at this point, since I sequence broke it. There, we got the mirror shield. Now we have the best shield in the game. Pretty neat. Now, I'll show you what I mean by being able to use the Bombos Medallion to clear this dungeon without needing the Fire Rod. And this next room is another example. So there's a chest here. You got these skeleton guys that come out of the wall that are made of ice. We're going to go ahead and use Bombos Medallion instead of a Fire Rod here. And it takes basically the same thing to take care of them. These guys are only killable by a source of fire. So you need the Bombos or the Fire Medallion. Either or the Bombos Medallion or the Fire Rod. Either or. So we're going to grab Big Chest. We're actually not going to go to the boss area just yet. We're going to go ahead and there's one more chest we can grab. Okay, so we got the magic powder, which opens up a few more possibilities for things for us for a couple different reasons. Magic powder allows us to turn these little skull and crossbone things here that you can see into fairies. So they're a great way to refill your health in the middle of a run, of a rando run. Also, it is an item required for the Mad or Zap Bat, as I call him. I call him Zap Bat because he zaps you. You just use the magic powder on him, and he gives you an item. I'll show you that, though, when we get to it. Okay, so we got the item in iced tea. Now we're going to go ahead and head... Since we don't have the hook shot, we can't get any further one direction, but since we already have all the chests we need by sequence breaking this dungeon, we don't need the hook shot anyways, and we can actually bypass it by just going here. What's these? Maybe. And we're going to head up here. Now we're back in this room again. Now I'm going to just drop down this hole. And we're going to head through the big key door. Since we have 2 keys, we're good to go. Now, normally, there's a different way you would do this dungeon. I'll show you guys how to turn this into a fairy, by the way, so you can see what it looks like. I'm going to capture one, because, hey, we could always use an extra fairy. Now, normally you'd go through this door, and there's an elaborate block-switching puzzle to get to the boss. Because if you just press this block, the door shuts. You gotta have something that stands on it. Now, normally, like I said, you have to do that. But instead, since we have Cane of Samaria, we can just use the Cane of Samaria to generate a block. Makes it a little bit nicer. So we're on to the boss, Cold Stare next, which, for me, and maybe not for anybody else, for me is the hardest boss of the game. So what we're going to do first is we're going to use Bombos, because Fire Rod takes multiple hits to break him out of this ice. So we're going to use Bombos to break him out. And now that he's broken out, we're going to go ahead and grab the cape here. And we're going to just murder. So we can't take any damage from Cold Stare, but Cold Stare, if he hits you... Alright, we're back, guys. I actually crashed at the end of that video, so I'm gonna go ahead and just make a little addendum to add to the end of that last video. So yeah, we got the hook shot, and we got a crystal. So now, Swamp Palace, Misery Mire, Turtle Rock should all be clearable because we have the hook shot. So all the dungeons left in the game should be clearable at this point. So Swamp Palace is actually gonna be our next destination. So that is going to end this episode. We will be back, and we'll continue our run. So we'll catch you guys in a little bit.